What's up, gamers? Welcome to the video. My name is Koobs, and if you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail of this video, I am of the opinion that you should check out Kingdom Come Deliverance in 2024. Now, this is a game that released, I believe, back in 2018. I picked it up myself in 2020. I spent about 10 to 12 hours with it, and I put it down. I moved away from the game. Just didn't grab me in the ways that I thought that it would. But I'm revisiting it now for a playthrough. I've spent about 40 or 50 hours with the game now. I've loved every minute since picking it back up this year. And one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video is because Kingdom Come Deliverance is currently $2.99 on the PlayStation Network, so about $3.50 USD after tax. And the sequel, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, is coming out next year. I believe it's set for February 11th of 2025 that the new game's going to get released. So, awesome opportunity for you to check out what is a wonderful game in its own right, but also give you a little bit of a taste of what you might be able to expect when the sequel comes out next year, and if that's going to be worth your hard-earned money and worth your time. We play as Henry. This is our boy, and I've been doing what is called a hardcore playthrough. So there's the normal difficulty, and then there's also the hardcore mode. The hardcore mode has a limited HUD. It kind of takes out some of the gameplay elements like fast travel, auto-saving. You have more of a limited compass, so it doesn't really give you cardinal directions, and just overall adds to a more immersive experience, in my opinion. I've been having an absolute blast. I think a big part of the reason why I'm enjoying it so much is because I'm playing on the hardcore mode. And I do want to throw that out there, that like I mentioned, I'm not somebody who has spent a lot of time with this game. I haven't done a full playthrough yet, and I'm still enjoying the hardcore mode. So don't let the idea of it being a hardcore mode kind of steer you away from choosing that as a new player. I think that it actually, in some ways, makes the game better, because the whole idea behind Kingdom Come Deliverance is that you are playing as someone who's never wielded a sword before, somebody who doesn't really know their way around the land. Your character Henry grew up in a small town. You're the son of a blacksmith, and because of reasons, you get thrust out into the countryside, and you're basically on this journey. And along the way, you as the player and you as your character Henry, you're learning all of these things. You have to learn how to read. You have to learn how to become better in combat. You can't carry a whole lot of equipment and armor very early on, but as you continue to play, you'll get stronger as your character. You'll become more agile. You'll be better at stealth and archery and horse riding and all of these sorts of things. You have to manage your stamina. You have to manage your energy, which is basically you have to make sure that your character sleeps often. You have to manage your nourishment, so you have to make sure that you're eating food. And there's all these different gameplay elements that add to it being a very immersive simulator of what it would be like to go from being a peasant to becoming a knight in the medieval ages. And it's absolutely awesome. You can see here we've been having a fight. There was one guard, or bandit as I would rather refer to them as, these bandits that I came across. It was one-on-one. Now a second one has joined the fight. It became exponentially harder because there's 2 against 1, and we're just doing our very best to stay alive at this moment in time. We've kind of gotten it to where the one guy is like, hey, I yield, will you spare me? But this second guy is still taking it to us. And so there's a lot of decision making in the moment-to-moment gameplay that adds to this sort of realness that the game is offering, and I absolutely love it. And you can see we got taken down by that second guy. Another element of the hardcore mode, like I mentioned, is that there's going to be a limited HUD, and that also limits the amount of information that is given to the player. So here we're riding along we see this kind of like a hut, I would call it, off to the side of the road. I know roundabout where my objective is, and we're coming up to a fork in the road, so I can go ahead and I can pull up my map, and the map will actually, it's very detailed in this way, and I really appreciate that about it. It helps you navigate with the landmarks and the elements that you're experiencing. So you can see on the map there's that little hut, there's the T in the road. I know I need to go left because that general area is where my objective is at. And so there's a lot of this sort of tie-in between the gameplay and the systems, and it's like you're there yourself trying to navigate this land that you've never been in before, and I think that that's fantastic. Again, I've been really enjoying my time with the game. I think that it's well worth it for you to throw a couple of dollars and see if you like this style of game, because I think that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, when it releases next year, is just going to take everything to the next level, and I'm really excited for it. I was excited for it before because when this game launched, I was a big fan of the general idea and concept of it, and I had heard really good things about it. But like I said, when I got it myself, I kind of played it for a little while, and I set it down because I think it was a little bit too slow-paced for me at the time. And it is a little bit slower paced. Like, sometimes you're just going to be spending a day learning how to read in a small town or village. You might go on a walk with somebody. You might spend some time hunting in the woods, whatever it might be. So it's not this constantly fast-paced, action-packed game, but there are those tense moments. Like here, we came across basically a destroyed wagon that was blocking the road, and so I kind of back up. I get off of my horse because I feel like there's probably an ambush here. I don't have any idea how many bandits there are going to be that are going to try to attack me. Thankfully, it seems like it's just one. So now we get into combat, and you can see that the combat it's a little bit, you know, longer and drawn out. You have armor that you're attacking your enemies through, and so different weapons are going to do different sorts of damage. They might be more effective or efficient against different types of armor. There's different weapon types, like I mentioned, so you can use a long sword, which is a two-handed sword. I've been preferring the sword and shield, so I have a short sword paired with a shield, which adds to my survivability a little bit, knowing that I'm playing in this hardcore mode. And I think that all of that is really fantastic. There's a lot of customization when it comes to the way that your character looks and the way that you decide to build your character, quote-unquote, around the build. Because if you opt for lighter armor and maybe you want to play more of a stealthy character who focuses on archery and sneaking up and taking out your enemies without them noticing you, then you're going to focus a little bit more on having lighter clothing and having better arrow options. Carrying a dagger with you, which you can use to, at a certain point, you have to level up your stealth ability, but you can use a dagger to silently kill enemies, where before you get to that point, you can sneak up to enemies and knock them out, as opposed to killing them outright. Really wonderful story going on. There's a grand story happening, but there are also these wonderful moment-to-moment storytelling events that are happening. So here we were doing some favors for somebody, and it seems like the town is out to get him at this point, and so he just kind of hops out the window and leaves us to it. But overall, I've been having a blast with the game. I wanted to make a video about it anyways, but adding the fact that it's $2.99 currently on PSN, I knew that I just had to get this message out there. That discount will be available, I think, until the 25th or 26th of September. So you got about 10 days, a little over a week, to take advantage of that sale price. There's also like DLC content, so there's different DLC missions that you can pick up, and there's obviously a deluxe edition, but I would also kind of wait and see if those go on sale at a later date before jumping into those and just enjoying the base game when you pick it up. But thanks so much for being here. Hopefully this video has been useful for you. Like I said, my name is Koobs. Peace and love, gamers.